Hi, my name is Melanta, and this is the first time I'm like making like a video like this, which, like, why should you care about like some random person that's not like even a YouTuber and doesn't make content for RuneScape or anything, or, y- fuck you. But so I just kind of wanted to ride the coattails of like the whole WoW thing, maybe it'll get views, maybe it won't. People will care or not. It doesn't matter. But I just kind of wanted to talk about RuneScape, like stuff that's been on my chest for years, because I don't exactly have a lot of friends that play it. I only have a few. I have a few now that actually have started to get into it with like kind of the push towards it, and then like this whole WoW thing's kind of like inspired me a little bit too. I mean, maybe I'm probably not gonna make videos because I am terrible at making and editing videos. But anyways, we're gonna kind of get into like just nostalgia bullshit that I've had for years, and it all kind of started back, say, like I remember being like 4 or 5. Like I was young. My sister, it might have been older than that. But sister was playing RuneScape. It had like the older graphics and stuff. I remember watching her do Vampire Slayer, and then I remember her walking through Canvas for some reason. It's all discontented because it's like 20 years ago. But I remember her walking through and just like a vampire coming down, and then she got low and she died. That's the extent of it. I remember just that, but I remember being so enthralled by it. I remember just hovering over her shoulder, watching for my turn to get on the internet and play my like stupid ass SpongeBob shit at my door and shit. So, um, but eventually, like I don't know, 2 years or so. I think it must have been like 2007, 2008. I made an account myself, or my sister made an email for me to make an account, and it was like Yellow Boy or something. It was like I like the yellow color yellow. So it was just the whole theme of like my entire childhood was just yellow, yellow, yellow. But I remember it was like Yellow Boy 354. That's what I wrote down. It was just a guess. Uh, I, I wrote that down, and I just remember walking around playing a little bit. I don't remember anything about free to play, like my free to play days on any of my accounts, except for maybe my current like Iron Man. My memory's never been the greatest, but I remember just walking around and eventually fighting barbarians, which I must have been like severely under leveled for, which says a lot. And I just died and I got off. I handle that sort of thing like terribly. At least I'm better about it now, but I always used to be that. My current account, uh, not my current account, my main and my previous account, Yellow Dude 47 or Yellow Kind or whatever. That was my thing that I played for a majority of my childhood. One of the first memories that came to mind was I this one guy, I forget exactly. He was trying to like come off as helpful. Like this is the most like obvious scam in the world, and I was like so trusting. I was like, wow, this guy wants to be my friend or something. And he was just talking to me. He was just talking to me. He's like, yeah, hey, I kind of want to do something real quick. Can you give me your password real quick? And I'm just gonna do it on your account. I don't remember the exact reason. I don't know. I just straight up gave him my password, which means I just got locked out of my account, and I was locked out of it for like 3 or 4 years. So I made another account, Yellow Dude 73. That one I played up until 2013, I think. And as soon as I got this account back, I just dropped that one, which sucks because he had it was like this Halloween event. I don't know what year it was. He had like the little spider, like it was like named Eep or something. And I remember being so distraught that I didn't have it on my main and I could never get it there. Um, Before that, timelines are not great here. Sorry, I stayed up for the first time. Like I did my first all nighter, which would not be the last, and I'm sorry to my parents for that. But I stayed up for the first time when I was 8 years old. It was like a house party. I remember being really big into that. I'd like go to a lot of them. People like show you stuff. I actually got my first, my first, I think mute or whatever, and my first and only mute. I am a good person. Thank you. But I guess I have to go into the mute now. I was just like there's like a glitch where you'd like sit down at the same time somebody would like stand up, and then you would be stuck in the not stuck in the chair. You can move around, but your animation would still be the chair, so you just glide around like that. And I was just being like, "Hey, come to this house. I want to show glitch." In fact, I'll show like an image here. Like I'm talking right now, and it's like weird to me because I'm not like a normal editor, but like it should be here right now. That's what the band said. It was so stupid, and it was obviously I was 8 years old. Like, okay, and then this one's a little bit sadder, but don't worry about it. It doesn't affect me too much. I remember being like very excited about the game, you know, and I didn't have a lot of outlets for it because a lot of my friends didn't play computer stuff at the time. Naturally, because I was like 8 to 11 or so, like while this whole thing was going on. And I remember talking to people at school about it. I don't remember how the events of how it happened, but it wasn't the usual like lunch table I sat at. I went over and I sat with this girl. It was nothing like, oh, guy, girl, blah, blah, blah. I had no interest in like that sort of thing. It was just more of like a, hey, this person likes this game, or that's what she said. This person likes this game and blah, 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 blah. I want to talk about it. So I just went over to that table every day, and it was probably just a way for them to like make fun of me or something. I don't care. It's been years, whatever. But I remember being like, hey, there's this Easter event going on. Do you want to meet up in game? I think I gave her a world, you know, to hop on. And then I went there and I just waited, you know, like, and it was just like one of those things where you're like, you know, and then it happened again. And I was like, okay, I'll just do it another day. She probably was just busy or something. So I said it, and then blah, nothing, you know. And then I just confronted her the next day, and I was like, hey, you didn't log on. And she was like, oh yeah, the whole thing was a lie. And it was like, okay. So I was like, all right. And I just left that table. And I just went back to the table I usually sat at. So, yeah, if that says anything about me, but those are the saddest one. And it's something that's still kind of like, you know, like, I don't talk about it as much as I should probably. But I think, oh yeah, okay. And the next memory I had, like nostalgic memory, it was like I made a friend a long time ago. I think it was like after I got hacked. It was like 2013, 2014. There's a person I just talked to. I don't remember what I talked to them about. I don't know how I engaged with them. I don't remember anything about that. But I do remember me and her would go to my house and... Oh no, this one must have been like 2011. I can't remember. I remember the graphics being a little bit better though. It was a while ago, but we hung out at my player-made house. It was janky. I was not high level in it, and we just talked. Don't remember about what. Don't remember why. Eventually, it got to the point where she wanted to add me on Facebook, and I didn't have a Facebook account at the time, or if I did, I was not comfortable with just adding a random stranger, which I think is fair. And I think particularly she yeah, I don't know if it was like sort of like a try to get a close to approach person or whatever. Maybe I talked older than I did, but I didn't mean to. And I made an account called Yellow Dude's Yellow Dude. I don't know if you can find it or not on Facebook, but it was so stupid. And I just wasn't comfortable with it. And then I got locked out of the account and never logged in again, and I feel so bad about it. I'm so sorry. Your name is like Daisy or something? I can't remember. But if you're still out there, hi, I'm sorry. I was 11 and you were probably like 20, so I'm sorry. But overall, like I never really got into my friends into it. You know, played the game by myself, just kind of like doing whatever I wanted to do. If there's any other memories, I'd probably just remember watching Moteplox a lot. That whenever he was more popular. This was later. This wasn't like when I was a kid. This was more like when I was a teenager. And I remember watching Moteplox, and then he had a friend named Ikorin that I regularly streams a little bit. And I remember they were buds. I don't remember what happened to Ikorin. I think he's okay. I don't know if he quit or anything, and if you ever happen across his video, I like I really enjoyed that, and I hope you come back one day. But I know that's just how life is. But other than that, I mean, like, other than my whole spiel of just talking and that I don't know if people actually watch or not, which is fine because you know it's a lot of just bullshit coming out of my mouth that people probably won't be interested in. I just thought it was just kind of nice to get off my chest a little bit and just kind of just information to throw. And I think it would be cool if you guys actually watched the video or not, to just say like your own memory, you know, in the comments or something, or stuff like that. I feel like that'd be cool, you know, like a little bonding moment. And if you're like a WoW player, just like trying to engage in any RuneScape content at all, well, give me your WoW stories. I won't understand a thing about it. I'm sorry, but hey, look, it's something. But other than that, I mean, like, that's all I wanted to say. I hope you have a great day. You enjoyed this and probably long and not very easy to pay attention video. So thank you for watching, and I don't. You do what you want. I guess. Shit, motherfucker, God. Hey, I'm bad at doing intros. My name is Melita, and I just wanted to fuck you. No, okay.